Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast. And have you had a random homeless man tell you that you have a nice chest? Because I have. So let's get into that story.
Go ahead. Tell us about it.
So last night I went to go see Tori Kelly. The ticket said 7, so I thought that meant the show started at 7, so I got there at 6 because the door usually opens an hour
Yep.
before.
Yep.
Yeah, so I get there at 6, there's a giant line. Guess what? The door doesn't open until 7. And
Yep.
it's raining. It's raining.
Yay.
So I stood out in the rain for an hour in the rain. In the
Ouch.
rain! It was
Yep.
cold. I was not wearing a jacket because I thought, why bring a jacket into this place? It's going to be hot in here.
Yeah, you're gonna take it off. Yep.
I'm just going to take it off anyway. And I was by myself, so I couldn't go back to my car to go get my jacket. So I was just stuck there.
Yep.
Mm. Okay. And then while we're standing there, this random homeless man comes out. He says he's the he's what did he say? I texted Kelly.
Yeah, you texted me
He,
about it.
what did this man say he was? Oh my gosh, what did he say? Where is it? He said he is downtown James Brown.
Yep.
Mhm. And then he just went down the line talking to literally everyone. And then I was trying to ignore him, so I was just like on my phone on Twitter, and he looked at me. He was like, "Hey, man, you have a nice chest," and I was like, "What?" I was
Yep.
fully confused. I was like, "What?" But whatever. And he just moved on and went to other people, and then he started singing, and it was a mess. But yeah, and then once we finally got in,
Uh-huh.
which I did not get into that building until 7:30. Well, I was outside in the cold, in the rain
For an hour and
for
a
an
half.
hour and a half. I went to the bathroom because God, I had to go to the bathroom,
Yep.
and there was like the floor, and then there was like a line that they had for like transporting like drinks and food because they had servers for like the reserved people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I literally just stood like by the reserved area,
Yeah.
like behind that line. I had a great spot. Um, so I stood there. People kept like pushing through as if we were some sort of like shortcut they could take. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
we like there are lines where like people can walk through. Like, why are you cutting whatever? And
Right.
so, um, the opening act started. She was pretty cool. None of her music is on Apple Music.
Oh, what's
I
her name?
literally, her name is Zenadelphia.
Xanadelphia.
I literally looked her up on Apple Music. Nothing comes up.
Oh, she's
But
on Spotify.
why not Apple Music? Whatever. Uh, but yeah, I was like, yeah, you're cool. You're cool. And then she left, and then they were setting up for Tori Kelly, and then at one point, I guess people just got tired of waiting, and so they just started screaming, "Tori, Tori!" You know what this woman did, or at least someone on her team did. They turned the music up.
I love that. That is so funny.
I was dying because they were like Tori, Tori, and then just turned up "Come On Over" by Christina Aguilera.
They're like, she gonna come out when she gonna come out,
She gonna come out
okay?
when she come out, and I was like, these people are screaming for Tori, and I'm like, she's obviously not gonna come on till 9.
Right. Right.
It's not 9 yet. Y'all are just, but no, they were trying to bully that woman all night, and it was hilarious, hilarious,
Amazing.
hilarious. And then Tori started. It was great. I had so much fun. It was such
Yay.
a fun show. And then we got to like the middle of her set, and she was
Hmm.
like, "Okay, guys, what song do you want to hear?" It was a bloodbath. Look, there, I was so shocked that she asked us that I couldn't even think of a song, so I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
even yell
I
a song.
wouldn't be able.
But people all around us were screaming songs, and then this mother and her daughter in like the reservation booth, like right the reserved area, like right next to me, were
Mm.
screaming to the top of their lungs, "Paper Hearts." But I guess she heard someone in the front say "Value"
Oh yeah,
first, and
yeah.
so she sung "Value." Thank you, because like I like "Value" better than "Paper Hearts. So,
Also, I
but
feel like Paper Hearts isn't a good encore song. You know what I mean?
but whatever, whatever. And so she sung "Value." That was fine. And then when she was done singing "Value," that woman and her daughter still were screaming "Paper Hearts," and
Nah.
she just immediately started singing "Oceans," and I wanted to start laughing so bad. I
Dang.
was like, "Y'all keep trying to bully this woman, and she is just not having it."
That's amazing.
And then sung some great songs. I had a fun time. She got to Shelter. She sung Shelter, and then she was like, "Okay, guys,
Mm.
bye," and left. Tell me why these people they the second she started walking off stage, they just started
Mm.
screaming again, "Tori, Tori, Tori, one more song, one," for like 4 minutes, and then she finally came out and sung "Missing You," and I was like,
Wow.
damn. Because I literally texted Kelly. I was like, now they're trying to bully her
Yeah,
into singing another song. And then, like, I think, like, not even a minute later, I was like, it worked.
it
she,
worked.
came,
Yeah,
she came out.
yeah.
And then, after she sung Missing You, she had to, like, set the record straight that she was not coming back.
She's done.
She was
She's
like, thank you
done.
guys. Have a good night. Get home safe. I was like,
Right.
damn.
It's the get home safe. She like
uh,
y'all ain't bullying me no more.
I know she is going to remember that night for months. I know she went
Oh,
into her. I knew
absolutely.
she went into her tour bus and just laughed. Just laughed. She was. I bet she was just like, those people are crazy.
You know what? You know what that show's gonna be? It's gonna be like when the Mute Challenge started for Beyonce, all Beyonce concerts, and then everyone started. There was a precedent set.
Uh huh.
Sacramento set that precedent. She's like, I am not listening to anybody trying to bully me out there.
Yeah.
Anybody says something, turn that music up. I
Turn that
will
music
end all
up.
of my shows with "Get Home Safe," so they know
Yep.
that this is
So they
the
know it's
end.
over. It's over. Go home.
Right.
But yeah, that was it was a really fun night. My hips were hurting because I was standing for 5 hours straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I had to walk up. I didn't even realize my hips were hurting until I had to walk up the stairs to get to where my car was parked.
Mm.
I took that first step and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh.
And so I pretty much ran up those steps. I was like, "I can't."
Yeah. No. Gotta get
And
out.
then I had a hour and like 20-minute drive, so I had to like turn up the music and like
Oh
keep it
yeah.
pushing because I didn't get home till almost midnight.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I had to wind myself down from all the turn up I had in my car.
Yeah. Right. To keep yourself awake to get home.
hmm So yeah, and then I'm very sad because I missed No Doubt's performance at Coachella because I was watching
Yeah.
Tori.
Yeah.
Really sad. I heard it was good too.
Yay.
So hopefully, in between sets that I will be watching today, I'll be able to go and like watch watch it. Hopefully, it's like on
Yeah.
YouTube or something. I know no one's gonna hear this, but maybe you can watch it for weekend too. I'm excited to watch Flow.
Heck yeah.
Yes, yes, indeed, Flowchella. Um,
Flowchella.
I'm also excited to see what's that woman's name? What's that woman's Renee Rapp. Renee
Yep.
Rapp.
Yep.
Victoria Monet, of course.
Of course.
I might peek in and watch some Tim's,
Okay,
just in case, just in case.
just in case.
Um, I don't know any J Balvin music, but I might
I
watch
don't
J
either.
Balvin just for fun, just
Yeah,
for
why
fun,
not?
just
Why
for shits
not?
and giggles. Janae Aiko, of course,
Of course.
and then of course I will be watching Doja Cat, e- even
Obviously.
though it starts ridiculously late, 10:25
I mean,
on a Sunday.
yeah.
Why couldn't she have been the Saturday night headliner?
Right. They should have let her be that.
I mean, I would have missed it, but still,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
make Lana the Sunday night. That way, us people who like to get turned can go to sleep. uh, but yeah, so this is going to be a good day for me. I can't wait.
Yay.
And while I'm talking about myself, let me also talk about the fact that where is it? I was stressing over a meeting this week, and I didn't even need to be in that fucking meeting.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I was stressed all week about this meeting. I had to schedule it. Um, I like kind of prepared for it, even though I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I
Mm,
got an engineer on the call to like make sure he was there in case they had any engineering problems.
yep.
One, they didn't talk to me. Two, they didn't talk to the engineer. Uh, uh, they had like
Yeah, what's
15.
the point?
They also had like 15 people from their company on that call, and I was like, why do you need so many people?
15.
Yes,
That's too many.
it's way too many. And then they kept asking questions, and then like my like lead just answered them, and I was like,
Oh.
okay. And this happened at the on the last call too, where he
Mm.
just answered all the questions. I was like, why am I here?
Yeah, right.
Why can't I just set this meeting up for you,
For you, yeah.
and then I could go and continue doing my work?
Right.
But whatever. I hope it's not because you're trying to like prepare me to become a lead. Because unless y'all pay substantially more money for leads, I
Mm,
will not be doing that. So yeah,
probably not.
that was my week. What about you, Kelly? How was your week?
It was actually pretty good. I unexpectedly had a lot of doctor's appointments this week. Um, the perks of getting older means that your back starts to get out of whack a lot more, so I had to go see a chiropractor.
Kelly goes to the doctor more than anyone I know,
For right
including
now, yeah.
including me. And I was born with like a heart problem, and Kelly goes to the doctor way more than I do. It's
Yeah,
insane.
the past what, 2 months, 3 months have been me going to a doctor's appointment or me going to get my blood drawn or me doing some tests like
Like, what kind
every
of
2 weeks.
insurance do you have?
I got good insurance.
Good for
You
you.
know you know where I work.
I know, but like, I also know what state you work in, and I'm like, did I get good
Yeah.
insurance?
I mean, yeah, dude. I think the only thing that I really had to pay for was an MRI. That was the only like big ticket item was an MRI.
Like the whole MRI, or like just like part of it?
Part of it, like my insurance covered it, like covered what they could, and then I paid the rest of it. But it was a lot. Still, I was still like, "Whoo, are you sure you checked my insurance? Like, you checked that? Yeah, okay." But yeah, getting older is great. It costs a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um, I went axe throwing last night.
She did. She told me that she was at like some like bar thingy, and I was like, oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, so like there's this, I'm gonna call it a complex because there's like multiple areas you can go to, and it's not finished yet. They just opened part of it, um, and so they wanted the people to start using what they could. So yeah, one of the things was axe throwing. It was really fun. We had to change lanes at one point because whatever the the wood that we were throwing at, it was just messed up. Like whoever, like I think that was like everyone's lane that they went to that day. Because when we were, there were different games you could play. When we were playing the one with just the regular bullseye, the middle, you could see the wall behind it. Like it was that messed up, and we're like, none of our stuff is sticking because it's so messed up back there. Can you just change us to one of the other lanes? And the girl who was like supervising the lane, she's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. She's like, I'll just move your time over. And we're like, okay. I mean, you could have just started us over at that lane, but whatever. Really fun. I got to. You need to tap into rage to be able to get those axes to stick sometimes. So that was very therapeutic.
I feel like I would. I feel like I'm just naturally good at it. Remember when we went to Dave and
Really,
Bus? Remember when we went to Dave and Buster's and they had that axe throwing game? I was good at it. I feel like I'm just
you
good at
were
it.
really good at that one.
I mean, I'm good at most things, to be quite
Mm.
honest.
He's
And
not
I feel like
bragging that he's just pretty good at some
I'm
things.
just good. Yeah, some things just come naturally to me. But
Yeah,
it's but
yeah. I hate him. No, I'm just kidding.
but yeah, I feel like I would eat at like axe throwing.
I mean, I can take you to axe throwing when you come out here.
Yeah, we should. I mean, I'm gonna be there for a long time, so like
Yeah, you are gonna be here for a
we
long
gonna need
time.
stuff to do. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna take Jordan axe throwing.
Hmm. Get ready for the future Hunger Games, even though I am too old.
Yep. You never know. We get reefed either way.
Yeah, it could be a quarter quell
Um,
year. Who
it could
knows?
be, yeah, past victors. You know what I mean? Um, Also, I got a new phone.
Ooh,
I upgraded myself, nice and
fun.
shiny. I got a 14
Ooh,
plus,
okay.
so I went from a 10 to a 14 plus.
You had a 10?
Yes,
Jeez. Okay.
yeah, I know. And before I got my 10, which I got my 10 in 2020, fall of 2020, I was using a 6S.
Jesus, Kelly.
And I know I am still behind the times with a 14, but at least I am a little bit closer.
I mean, yours is higher than mine. Mine's is a 13 Pro.
I know, but you probably got the 13 Pro closer to when it came out than
I got this a
me.
long time ago.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I mean, geez, we were excited. A friend and I were excited to use your phone because you had the zero point 0.5 and we were taking those weird, like, forehead pictures
mhm.
with it.
Yeah.
And now I have the power. I have the function and I am abusing it to no end. I literally got back on Snapchat so I could use the zero point 0.5 filter and send pictures to my brother
Oh my
and,
gosh,
and his
Kelly.
girlfriend because it's funny. It's funny. I like the zero point 0.5 camera.
Obviously.
So
I
yeah.
never use it. And Kelly's just like, yeah, I opened up my Snapchat account so I could do it.
Cause it's funny. I'm so behind the time. I'm literally catching up to everybody else who has had the zero point 0.5 camera for a very long time. I've welcomed me to the 21st century because this is
Yeah.
what it feels like.
Kelly's
I
still
have gone
living
from
in
a
2016.
I am I am a freshman in college. I just got my 10.
Jesus, Kelly.
Music is better in 2016,
Hmm.
but it's starting to cap out in 2 years. Don't worry about it. Yeah. What a time.
Gosh, Kelly. Okay.
It is what it is.
Anything else?
um, I don't, well, I mean, work was pretty easy this week only because there's a country music festival going on near my work. And nobody was in the office
Oh, I forgot to
for like
ask.
Wednesday and Thursday.
I forgot to ask about that. I kind of forgot that was happening.
Yeah.
Did you ask your boss if you could work from home?
So the answer was no.
Boo.
um, because I can't access any of our information on an outside laptop.
Why not?
Um, protocol, I
Have
guess.
they not heard of VPNs?
Right, exactly. But and they said setup would take a long time, so it wouldn't have been worth it for just one day. I'm like, then let me work the rest of the week from home, or make this a hybrid position. You know what I
Right?
mean? Um, but yeah, so the answer was no. But it was surprisingly because nobody was in the office those 2 days. My work was pretty late, so like I went in, I did work for like a couple hours, and then it was like it would trickle in like the last half of the day. I'm like, I'm okay with that actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Hmm.
I think it was Wednesday. Wednesday was my worst day of work I've ever had.
Oh yeah,
People kept arguing with me via email all
I remember
day.
you saying that.
I was so annoyed. I was like, stop arguing with
Yeah,
me.
right.
It was super annoying. It pissed me off. I was in a bad mood all day. People could
Yeah.
tell. It was bad.
Well, yeah. When you're dealing with people like that,
Don't argue with people
yeah.
just because they're not telling you what you want to hear.
Right. I can't just make stuff up for you.
Like, it pissed me off. But yeah, it got better after
Also,
that. But Wednesday was really testing me.
don't
Yeah,
argue with people in email, and don't act dumb when you send an email,
yeah.
because I got a lot of those on Thursday where it was like, "Hey, I heard this was happening, and I have it written down in my notes, but can you just confirm it for me?" And I'm like, "You have access to the same information I do,
Mhm.
so." And then either I wouldn't find documentation of it, or I would find documentation of it, and by like the like sixth or seventh email that I got in my lead, no, not my lead, my supervisor was like CC'd on a lot of these emails. He answered one of them for me. He just sent the attachment, no words, just sent the attachment that like proved what she was asking.
That's what I would
It
do.
was just like, that's it. I'm
But
like, yeah.
also at my job, they like make like a real emphasis that like don't be rude to people when you're responding to them, even if they're being
Hmm.
dumb.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, but like sometimes I'm just like, how am I supposed to respond to this without being
Yeah,
rude?
yeah. Because there are some times where like a lot of those emails, I was like, I would literally have to sit there for like 15 minutes and like have nothing written in the email, just like, how do I write this without
Sometimes if it's
me
really
coming
bad,
off
I
upset?
will wait 24 hours to respond. I will literally
Yeah,
see. I'll just like mark it with like that like red flag
the
on
flag.
Outlook,
Yeah,
and I'll be like, I'll come
yeah,
back to you. I
yeah. So like a lot of ours though, like they're time sensitive, so I can't actually do that because like they need something the next day or they need something done immediately. And so like if I don't respond within like 20 minutes, like my supervisor will message me on Teams and be like, "Did you see that email?" And I'm all like, "Yes, I saw the freaking email." Like I'm trying to come up with a sentence that doesn't sound like I'm telling them they're dumb. Like I because
yeah,
they're asking a dumb question and
and
I'm
you
just
know that's
like,
hard for me, Kelly.
I
You know
know it
that's hard
is.
for me.
Because like I will literally spend 25 minutes and I will come up with something as kind as possible and then be like, "Thank you," with like a smiley face at the end to like soften any blow. I know you won't do that, and my supervisor doesn't do it either. So
And
like
so,
you two are the extreme where you just send the attachment, no comment, just like read the attachment and be like, your
mhm.
answers in there.
And yeah, and one of or the only, really, the only like thing that they had on my review for negatives was that some of my email responses are too blunt, and I was like, what does that mean?
Oh, right.
I like I would get if they said too aggressive, too
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
too lengthy, too whatever,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but he put too blunt, and I was like, what does that mean?
Right. It means you hurt someone's feelings and they said something to somebody.
Like what? I to this day I still don't understand what that fucking meant. Like, were you just looking for something to put into the negative category because I don't do anything wrong?
It was it's a personal thing for sure. It was probably one of those like, oh, I probably would have put like an exclamation mark at the end of that sentence to make it seem okay, and you put a period, and now I think you're mad at me.
Okay.
That's probably
Whatever.
what it was.
I don't fucking care. I
Yeah, I
I
know you
was
don't.
I was like, okay, whatever. Like this doesn't come with a raise, so I don't really fucking care. So
Right, and it doesn't come with disciplinary action, so
yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I have
like
not
great.
changed the way I email people. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like I'm not doing anything extra. Sorry.
You know what? I actually have because I have to answer a lot more emails with all the work that I get. So there are a lot of times now where I just send one word responses.
He was like, okay,
I send one word responses now because like I get so many emails and like a lot of them they just need one word answers and so I will just send one word answers back to them. And then I get it. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, thank you," or like, "Thanks, have a great day." I don't respond to those. A lot of my other coworkers are like, "You're welcome, have a great day
I
too."
don't
I'm
respond to
like,
those
"No."
either. And I
I'm
think
like, I
they want
literally
us.
put like
I
at
think
one
they want
point,
us to, but I'm like, no, I'm
I
doing that.
don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't know if I should. Like they want us to, but like I put if I have to like if it's more than one word, I'll put like thank you with like a little either an exclamation or a smiley, and then they're like thank you. I don't. I'm like I already said thank you.
Right,
You don't
right.
need to
No
come
more.
back.
Yeah, like
It's all right.
if someone emails me thank you, I'm not gonna reply because like, what's
I'm
the point?
not
Or we just got to keep going back and forth saying thank you for
right.
2 days?
And you
Like, I'm
like you're
not doing
welcome.
that.
Have a great day. Like
Yeah,
nah, just I got too much stuff to
no.
do.
I acknowledge that you sent me a thank you. Let me put it into
Yeah,
your folder for your project, and let me keep
exactly.
it moving.
Right.
But yeah, it's corporate life sucks.
Corporate life does suck.
There's
It's a minefield.
all these dumbass rules you have to follow. You have
Mm-hmm.
to be stern, but you can't make anyone upset. You
Right.
have to be direct, but also not too direct. It's annoying.
Yeah, it's awful.
Like, can I just tell you the information you need so that I can go upon my day and finish what I have to finish without
Right.
having to think maybe this is too harsh, maybe this will hurt your feelings, maybe you
Right.
won't interpret it the way I want you to interpret. Like, it's annoying.
Yeah. And I thought customer service was hard.
No, customer service is still much harder, but
Well, yeah, customer service is hard. It's just like dealing with coworkers because you actually have to see them repeatedly. At
mhm.
least with a customer, you can be like, "Oh, thank God, I never have to see them again." But like coworkers, you got to be like, "I have to email them again for
Yeah.
something."
One of them I flat out just do not like. I don't like this woman, but I still have
Oh
to be
yeah.
kind to her,
Yep. Yep.
and it's really annoying.
It's hard.
I don't like that woman.
Yeah.
She's
And there's nothing you
weird.
can do about it.
Like every bit of my spidey sense tingles when I'm around that woman. She is weird. There's something wrong with her and I don't know what it is.
The vibe is just off.
The vibe is off and I'm not dealing with her.
Yeah, don't.
But yeah.
But anyway, yeah. That was our corporate rant.
Yeah.
Anybody in corporate, I hope you have a good week this week.
Yeah, please. I hope we all have a good week. I hope it goes
Hmm.
fast for all of us
Yep.
so we
Yep.
can get this shit over with.
Yep.
Kelly, do we know what we're doing for your birthday?
I don't. Because I'm seeing our friend on Friday. I don't know if I have plans on. I don't know if I have plans on Friday, and I don't know if I have plans on Saturday. No one's getting back to me. So if y'all want to do something,
Oh my gosh.
uh,
Wasn't she supposed to plan something?
right. I thought we keep saying we're gonna go out, and she never has a
Even
list.
I said email her. I'm sorry. I still have corporate on my brain. Text her.
Can I text her at in corporate speak
Please don't. Don't do that to
for our
her.
last conversation?
She's not used to that.
She's not. For our last conversation,
She
we
works in a very different environment than we do.
yes, she does. It's a lot more chill environment.
Yeah.
Greetings. I hope you've had a great
Greetings.
weekend.
I've never said greetings in a fucking
Me
email,
neither.
Kelly.
Me neither.
What am I, a
Hi. I hope
47-year-old man?
Right.
I'm
Hi. I
not
hope you've
saying
had a great
greetings.
weekend. Just wanted to touch base on our club project. Per our last conversation, Leslie, you were assigned. You were assigned the task of finding these events for us.
Yes.
Just wanted
This
to
test
just want to check
this
back on that.
yes, this test is due in 5 days, as a reminder.
Yeah, as a
Um
reminder. And to just circle back, we've set the precedent. We said we wanted good music. We wanted
yes.
the customer states that they wanted.
Yes, this will stall our mission of having fun if it's not achieved by this date.
Alternatively, we do have availability on Friday and Saturday night
Yes,
for dinner arrangements.
a hard stop on
Yes.
Sunday.
Yeah, hard stop on Sunday. I have meetings booked back to back, so Sunday is out of the question for me.
Yes.
Please let me know your guys' availability so that we can set up this meeting.
hmm
We're too deep into this.
Yeah, I hate
Uh,
it.
I hate it. All right, let's talk about our movie, Jordan.
Okay, this week we will be talking about snakes on a plane.
Ah, yeah.
Yes. So we start off in Hawaii, and Sean Jones is riding a dirt bike when he stops to drink a Red Bull and witnesses a crime boss named Eddie Kim that kills a prosecutor named Daniel Hayes. Why would you kill a prosecutor?
Yeah, that's not gonna get anything done.
First off, he works for the DA's office. They'll just assign someone else.
Yeah,
Secondly, secondly, everyone will know you did it.
right. You don't go for the you don't go for anyone in that circle.
No. You go for like the witnesses,
Yeah,
the
you go
people who are going
that's
to
how you
testify
kill a
against you.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kill a case by going after witnesses. You tell them not to testify. You threaten like anybody connected to it.
Yeah. You don't
That's
kill
how you
the
kill a case.
DA.
Yeah, because
That's,
they're just doing their job.
they're just doing their job
You kill the people that actually have the power to take you
to
down,
put you.
which is
Oh, yeah.
witnesses.
Yeah. But I guess he's just not a good crime boss. That's fine.
That's all
Um,
right.
and so Daniel like leaves and goes
Also,
home.
like he he witnesses this murder and then is like, "Ah, I gotta get away. Let me start up my really loud dirt
Yeah, my
bike."
really loud dirt bike. He could have
Instead of,
just
"Oh,
hid and waited for
he
them
could
to
have just hid,
leave,
or he could have just grabbed his bike and ran with it."
ran away. But no, he
And then
decided
once
to
he
turn
thought
it
he was
on.
far enough, he could have started it.
Yeah, dumb as
But no,
hell.
he's like 10 feet away and he's like, "Let me start my dirt
Let me
bike."
start my dirt bike. Somehow some of Kim's goons find Sean and they show up at his house to kill him, but he's
Mm,
saved by FBI agent Neville Flynn.
yes.
How did Agent Flynn find out about Sean? Through his
No
Red Bull
idea.
can. They found prints on the Red Bull can and they were
Oh,
like, this
yep.
guy must
Yeah.
have witnessed the murder. And I'm like, it could have just been a Red Bull can that was left
Yeah.
there.
This whole movie is an ad for Red Bull.
My whole thing
Well,
is
at least
like,
this first half of the movie is just an ad for
yeah,
Red Bull.
I'm just like, sure, his prints were on the Red Bull, but like
Right. That doesn't mean he was
he could
there
have dropped. He could have
recently.
right. Doesn't mean he was there recently.
It could have been like
Um,
past couple days.
yeah, was the person who stalked the Red Bulls prints on there? Also,
Right.
did you check out that person?
Also, why didn't he call the cops?
I don't know. He just went home
He went
and then
home. He went
and
home,
then
drank another Bull, and watched the news.
and
Like,
watched the news. And somehow Eddie Kim's people catch up to him and like find out where he lives. I'm like, how did that happen? They didn't even see his
right.
face.
No.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of white men in Hawaii.
in Hawaii. Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know how they found him, but they did. Agent Flynn is able to get Sean to agree to testify, and sometime later we go to the airport, and some flight attendants and passengers are getting ready for their flight to LA. When the flight attendants get on the plane, they all celebrate that one of them, Claire, is going. I don't know if she's going to law school or she went to law school and she's like finally going to be a lawyer because all they say
It's
mention is her
confusing.
being a lawyer. So I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I think it's her going to law school because I don't
Okay.
know if you can do both.
Be a flight attendant in law
Yeah,
school? I don't know. Do they have
yeah.
online law school?
I'm not sure.
Night classes? Maybe she went the Kim Kardashian route and she's got like a tutor and then just took the bar.
Yeah, yeah. That's the route that she took,
Which, by the
definitely.
way, what's going on with that, Kim? Are you ever going to become a
Yeah,
lawyer?
yeah. I think is this one of those I did it just to do it,
I think she
or is
dropped
this a
it.
career path?
I think she failed that baby bar like twice and it was like, I'm done.
I mean, the bar's hard.
Bar is hard. But that's why people go to school for it. They don't just get
True,
tutors.
true.
You have to entrench yourself in law.
Yep, yep. And then you have to do, trials. You gotta,
Yeah, you gotta do those mock trials. You gotta do
yeah.
an internship with, I don't know, your county clerk's office or whatever. Really get the feel of law.
Yeah, they actually do that. I've seen it.
Yeah. You can't just decide you want to be a lawyer, have someone tutor you, and just be like, okay,
Yeah, you can't fast track law
no,
school.
you got to put in the work, girl.
Hmm.
And so yeah, we then see that Sean is also going to be on this plane, and they have like a fake plane to try to fool the cops because they think that the cops in Honolulu might be corrupt.
That's a lot of effort, dude.
That's a lot of effort. They could have just did a private plane.
I know they could have done that, and then the fact that Sean isn't like separated from anybody else. He's not like in some sort of like disguise or like anything. He's just at the airport.
Just at the airport.
This man's just at the airport. They could have put him in like a private room or something and then like had a secret way to get him onto a private plane and then just taken him off the island. But nah.
No, they're just like, let's put him commercial.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
work. And
FBI
so
can only afford commercial.
they can only afford commercial. And so Agent Flynn has all of first class on the second floor reserved for him, his partner, Agent Sanders, and for Sean.
Yeah.
And so the flight attendants have to tell everyone that they're flying coach, which would not happen in reality. It would be the gate agent, but whatever.
Yeah. Also, is this the point where the woman was like, "Is Coach safe?"
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't
It's
believe
like
that was an actual question.
it's like, girl, you're all on the same plane. If coach isn't
Right,
safe, nowhere is safe.
right. And just moments ago, you were sitting out with everybody who was going to be in Coach anyway. Like, what do you mean is
Yeah,
Coach
you weren't even
safe?
you're right. You weren't even sitting in a lounge, girl. Like
Right.
you're
Like, do you
fine,
mean are the people safe, or is like that section of the plane safe?
all right.
Because hmm,
Either way,
either way,
you're
it's wrong.
you're on the same plane. It won't matter.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah. Meanwhile, on the tarmac, someone figures out what's happening and calls someone else who sprays some Lay's inside of the cargo hold with a pheromone,
This is
and
so
then
dumb.
puts snakes into the cargo hold. And even though they have someone like go like inspect the cargo hold, they never find anything weird. So they're just like, okay, cool.
I love how no one was. This is a whole FBI operation, and no one's checking as close as they should.
No, they just had like a bomb sniffing dog go around. And they were like, well, there's no bombs in here, so.
Yeah. Surely there's no other way this man could be killed.
Mhm. When the flight starts, one of the flight attendants, Tiffany, starts flirting with Sean. And then Claire kind of flirts with Agent Flynn. When they hit 30,000 feet, a timer goes off for the snakes. I don't know how that works, but
I don't either.
also, how did they put all of those snakes in one area and they didn't like kill each other? Could they just had them
Uh
like in a box, all like squished in
yeah,
together,
yeah.
including spoiler alert, like a 20-foot snake,
Yeah.
and they didn't kill each other. They just all just stayed in there.
The only thing that can come into my head that I think they mentioned a little bit is that they were cooled
Uh,
and then they eventually warmed up from being inside the plane
but isn't
and
it
then they just
cold
decided to get
inside of a
out.
plane,
I don't know, man.
especially in the
I'm
cargo
trying to make
hold?
this make sense.
Okay, whatever, Kelly.
I love how I'm trying to logic out snakes on a plane.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't. Yeah.
At some point, the snakes are let out of their box, and they kill a couple that go into the bathroom to join the Mile High Club.
For y'all who are part of the Mile High Club or have attempted to, why, first of all?
Right? Why?
And second of all, logistically, how does that work?
How does that work? Because I can barely fit into that fucking thing by myself. I don't know how you're fitting two people in there, and I don't know how you're doing the movements you need to do to have sex
Yes,
in there.
right. Right, because there's no other way that is happening. There's not enough space to do anything, and then those walls are thinner than paper thin.
So thin.
So either you have no shame or you've practiced for this, which also makes me feel weird. I
Which is
don't.
also very weird. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, when they get in there, they like disable
The fire,
the smoke detector.
this,
Why is
yeah.
it like a regular like in-home smoke
House one.
detector? And
Yeah.
they couldn't get like a real airplane smoke detector. They used
No.
like a house one.
Hmm. Also,
Hilarious.
wouldn't something go off if they took out the alarm?
Yes. Yes. There's literally signs in there that's like tampering with this is a felony or
A federal.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they did that, but they did it. They did it.
Also, the flight attendants are listening outside.
Yeah, and they hear them dying, but they think it's just them having sex.
Yeah.
The snakes also then start biting the electrical wiring
They were
before,
trained
like,
to do that.
yeah, they were, because snakes love to bite on wires.
Oh yeah.
With those small ass mouths, they were able to cut these wires.
Hmm.
Hmm. They also kill another man in another bathroom. So they got all the bathrooms, y'all.
Covered.
The snakes then slowly start attacking people, including the captain when he goes down to try to fix the plane because they were cutting all the wires.
Yeah.
Unaware that there are snakes, everyone just thinks that the captain had a heart attack, even
Yeah.
though he should have a giant snake bite on his neck.
Yeah. He should.
They just find him down here in this like hole underneath the cockpit, and there's like, he had a heart attack.
Hmm. I
Insane.
don't.
They
Yeah.
didn't hear him scream.
As we've said before, things on airplanes are very thin. So I
Yeah.
don't. I don't know how this is working out.
At some point, at some point, two snakes get into the cockpit, even though they closed the hole. No, they kept the hole open for some reason. Don't know why they did
Yeah.
that. They kept that hole open. Um, and when the co-pilot tries smacking them, he releases the oxygen mask, and then snakes start falling from the ceiling. How did they get into the ceiling?
Right.
They were in the
I.
cargo hold. How did they get into
Right.
the ceiling?
They were in the cargo hold. They're slithering out on like on the ground. They're coming up from the bottom. Where did these other snakes come from?
Right? Where did they come from? But yeah, they come out from the ceiling and they start attacking people. When
Yeah.
Agent Sanders goes to see what's happening because he hears like everyone screaming, he gets
Hmm.
attacked. So Agent Flynn goes to help people and move everyone to the front of the plane because for some reason the snakes only went into the back of the plane
The back of the plane.
and the cockpit, but that's a whole nother story. Uh,
Yep.
and so yeah, he's moving everyone. A lot of people die. A little boy gets bit and an older
Yeah.
flight attendant gets bit when she goes to the back of the plane to save a baby and its mother that were left behind because people just like trampled this woman with her baby in her hands. Insane.
Right. Also, the fact that uh, these snakes just left them. Like they
They
were out
did.
on the floor. They
Yeah,
were
this
just,
woman was
they should have
out for a
been
long
able to
time.
just get them. Yeah.
Hmm. And so when Agent Flynn goes to check on Agent Sanders, he sees all of the snake bites like right before Agent Sanders dies. Agent Flynn calls his contact in LA, Agent Harris, to tell him what's happening and a crisis team has started. The woman with the baby is able to suck the venom out of the little boy's arm, which she uses olive oil, which, like, why do they have olive oil on this plane?
Yeah,
She uses it to, like, coat her mouth so that the venom doesn't,
the
like,
venom does
affect her.
hurt her. Yeah.
And I'm like, sure.
We,
Sure. I don't know any
yeah.
science behind that. Maybe don't do that just in
I thought they
case.
also said just don't do that in general. Like don't.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing to not do. But
Yeah.
in this movie, even the snake doctors like suck out the venom. So I don't know. I don't know.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then the snakes start making their way towards the back of the plane, and so they use a fire extinguisher to like try to keep them back, and they make weapons out of anything that they can. Also, they're ripping these like those trays? They're ripping those out with such
Yeah.
ease. I'm like,
That's yeah.
these things can support my weight when I lay on them. There's no
Right.
way you could
There's
just
no way
rip
you're
it
gonna
out
take
with
them
your
out.
bare hands.
Like I know adrenaline fueled like strength is a thing and like you could lift cars and stuff like that, but I don't know if you're ripping out a
You're not ripping out a
a
tray
tray.
table.
Yeah.
Like it's
Those things
insane.
suck.
And so in LA, Agent Harris meets up with snake specialist Dr. Stephen Price to assist with the situation. Dr. Price calls Agent Flynn, sorry, and tells him to identify the snakes before the passengers all go upstairs. And Sean stupidly tells them that the snakes are there because of him. Why the fuck would you do that?
Right. Why would you admit that you're the cause of this problem?
And no one even asked.
No one asked.
They just wanted to
Don't
be. They just were like, "Why are you guys up here and we're all down there?"
down
And
there,
then
right.
he came out and was like, "I'm so sorry, guys. This is all my fault. Eddie Kim is trying to kill me." And they're just like, "Oh my god."
Also, I love how we didn't talk about the fact that um there's a scene with Eddie where he's all like, "We've tried every other avenue. This is the only way to put
Oh,
snakes on a plane
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to
Yeah,
kill
to
a
kill
witness."
possibly 100 plus people on this plane
Right.
just to kill a witness. I feel like there's
Like
much easier ways to kill a witness.
we can just poison him?
Right? You could have poisoned him. You could have made his car explode at some point.
Right. Like snakes? I
Hell, you
feel
could
like
have
that has a lot more planning.
yeah, hell, you could have paid someone a lot of money. Like a lot of money to just go up to him, shoot him, and then kill themselves.
And
Like,
right,
there's
what is
so
happening
many
here?
things you could do.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
so yeah, that happens. Agent Flynn is then able to like calm everyone down and tells them to collect dead snakes so that they can identify them for anti-venom. The co-pilot then gets attacked by another snake, and the plane starts diving. And when Claire goes to check on him, she's attacked by the snake before she kills it with an axe because they, for some reason, have an axe in the
I was
cockpit.
about to say, yeah. Like, where is this a safety axe? Like, I
Right?
don't.
Is this like a post 9/11 thing?
Right.
I don't know whether the axe was there, but she had it.
She got it.
She and Agent Flynn then start trying to pull up the plane while Sean starts letting people upstairs when the snakes start getting through the barriers.
Hmm.
And then at some point, a comically large snake comes out of nowhere. Like it literally is on the ceiling, and I'm like, how the fuck did it get
I
up
was on
there?
the house.
And then it like breaks through the glass, falls on the floor, and this like really rude British man throws a woman's dog at it to like I guess distract it,
Yeah, the little
but
chihuahua.
it doesn't even fucking work because he just ends up getting constricted by it.
Right. Like, that's what you get for throwing someone's dog, bro.
Yeah, fuck you. And so yeah, the rest of the people get upstairs and they're able to block the stairs with a life raft as the co-pilot turns out to be alive. Like he is not dead for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with him, but he's like, I'm not dying today by a snake
He's
on a
like a
plane.
cat. He has like 7 lives.
Yeah, he's built different.
And so he's able to take over flying. They take photos of all the snakes. They email them to Dr. Price, and he
That's some really
realizes,
nice in-flight
right,
Wi-Fi.
that's some good Wi-Fi.
Right. You're sending images in an email?
Yeah, sometimes with the Wi-Fi, I'm not able to even watch the in-flight movies,
Right.
but you can send emails of photos, girl.
Right. Girl.
And so, yeah, he realizes that they're all from different continents, and which is going to make like getting anti-venom harder.
Harder.
But he knows of a man that deals in illegal snakes, so he's like, let's reach out to him. On the plane, the air stops working, so Agent Flynn goes down to the cargo hold to fix it. And also, everyone else upstairs is like freaking out, and then the older flight attendant Grace dies from her snake bite.
Let's just fight.
And after being attacked by some snakes and using a homemade flamethrower, Agent Flynn is able to get the power back on, and then he fights his way out of the cargo hold to get back upstairs. On the ground, Agent Harris and Dr. Price raid the snake smuggler's den or whatever and get him to admit what snakes he used after he gets bitten by a snake and only has 7 minutes to live.
That's kind of funny.
He also admits about like the pheromones that they use that are circulating through the air system,
Hmm.
which like that's some long lasting as pheromones
Right.
because like it's not a short flight from LA to Hawaii.
Yeah. I mean, even from like SFO, it's what, 4 hours?
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah,
It's,
that's a long flight. Even if they did like soak it, like I don't.
right? They all get happy when Agent Harris calls and tells them that they have the anti venom now. And so they go to tell the pilot, but he's dead
Yep.
because I don't know where these snakes came from because they closed the hole this time. Finally.
Yes,
Um,
finally.
finally. But yeah, somehow a bunch of snakes got into the cockpit again. And so he's dead.
We keep trying to logic this out, but
It doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't make any sense. They literally came from the ceiling at the beginning, so it's
Yeah.
just,
Uh,
yeah.
you just gotta go with it. They asked if anyone knows how to fly a plane, and Troy is brought up. Troy is a groupie for the rapper 3Gs. I think that's his name,
Yes, three Gs.
played by Flex Alexander.
Yes.
Of that terrible Michael Jackson fame, Michael Jackson movie
Mm,
fame. We then get the iconic line, I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
hell yeah.
And Agent Flynn tells everyone to strap in, and he's going to shoot a hole into the window, causing all of the snakes to get suctioned out of the plane. Why did they have people sitting right next to this area that he was shooting at? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Like, in all likelihood, they also would have been sucked out of the
They
plane,
would. Oh, absolutely.
but it didn't happen for some reason. The hole
Nope.
that was created stopped just enough so that they wouldn't get suctioned out of the plane.
What a miracle.
What a miracle. When Troy and Agent Flynn get to the cockpit, Troy brings up the fact that he's never actually flown a real plane. He's just done flight simulators. And you would think, Jordan, that's not that bad. Like, pilots have to train on flight simulators. And you would be correct in that
Yes.
thinking. But Troy was playing flight simulators on a PlayStation 2.
This is
So,
literally fool's gold, where it's like, I know how to fly a plane.
mhm.
Like,
So
no,
Troy
that does not
does not know
equate.
how to fly a plane. He knows how to
No.
play video games.
Yes. A flight simulating video game. That's what he
Video
knows how to
game,
do.
not a real flight simulator.
No.
You know, the ones that have like the buttons and knobs you have to
Yep.
press, the
Yep. And then the
wheel,
full, yep,
the full cockpit
setup.
view. No.
Mm-hmm.
He
No.
he was pressing X, triangle, and using his little doggle.
Yeah. You did the joysticks, L and R. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
At best, he had one of those like racing wheels. At best.
and then that that wouldn't even translate over to whatever
No.
they used to fly a plane
No.
anyway.
No. But I will give it to Troy. He was able to land that plane. Not
Yeah,
well,
he did it.
but he
He
landed
did
it.
it.
And so they land and they start letting the passengers off of the plane and giving them all of their medical assistance. And as
Mm.
Sean is getting off, he gets bitten by a snake like on the chest. And so Agent Flynn shoots him in the
Yep.
chest. But it's all
Yep.
good because he's wearing a bulletproof vest.
It's fine. Yeah.
Why they
Don't
can
worry
just
about it.
pull that snake off of him, I don't know.
Yeah. Why we had
But
to shoot him? No
yeah,
idea.
no idea. We also learned that Flight Attendant Kenny has a girlfriend, even though he's very obviously gay.
Yeah.
Agent Flynn
That's
as
weird.
Claire on a date, and Tiffany gives Sean her number and a kiss, even though he will never see her again because he is
Nope.
going into witness protection.
Yep.
Because any man who is able to facilitate putting hundreds of venomous snakes from different continents on a
Right.
plane
Right.
is someone that you need to be put under witness protection for.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the movie then ends with Agent Flynn and Sean surfing in Bali, even though they also would never see each other again.
Nope.
'Cause that's how witness
That's how it
protection works.
works.
And you don't get to choose where you go.
Choose where you go. They tell you where to
They
go. They
tell you
tell
where
you
to
your new
go.
identity.
You can't contact
Ah,
anyone that you know. Like,
nope.
these are very basic things that the writers of this movie are just like, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, they're like, we already put snakes on a plane. Let's just write
Yeah.
whatever the heck we want now.
And then during the credits, we get a music video for Bring It Snakes on a Plane by Cobra Starship. I think I watched maybe half of it and I was like, I'm so done with this. And I just turned it
Yeah,
off.
no.
But yeah, that's our movie.
Yay.
Yay. So let's start our movie facts. So at around 44 minutes, when Kenny puts the snake into the microwave, he can be seen hitting the snake preset button on the microwave.
No way.
Yes. Yes, why? 450 snakes were used, including one 22-foot long Burmese python.
That's a lot of snakes.
Most of them were CGI, so it's fine.
And about 400 snakes?
Yeah, that's kind of overkill, but
That's
Eddie
very overkill.
Eddie Kim had to make sure that Sean died.
Bruh.
In March 2006, New Line Cinema, due to massive fan interest on the internet, allowed for a 5-day reshoot of the movie to film new scenes, to take the movie from PG-13 to an R rating. Among these scenes is the Samuel L. Jackson's "I've had it with these motherfucking
The
plane
motherfucking
snakes on
plane.
this motherfucking
Snakes on
plane"
this
line
motherfucking plane.
that originated in an anticipatory internet parody of the movie. Okay, and the
Oh.
last one.
Mhm.
This film's title originated at an after-work happy hour among Hollywood colleagues to see who could come up with the most awful pitch for a movie. And producer Craig Berenson, who worked
uh,
for DreamWorks at the time, gave his pitch for this movie based on a script called Venom.
oh my gosh.
So yeah,
That is so funny. I love how
the
this originated as a joke.
as a joke. Yeah, this movie originated as a joke, and honestly, you can kind of tell.
You can totally tell. But you know what? I think they kept the vibe. I think they're like, this originated as a joke, so we're just gonna keep it as a joke.
We're
And
gonna keep it as a
honestly,
joke.
I love that for them, if I'm being
Hmm.
honest.
Super fun way to run a business.
Right. You know what? You know, sometimes you just gotta have fun. And they're like,
Yeah,
let's put snakes on a plane, bro.
yeah. Let's put snakes on a plane. Let's get an Emmy award winning actress to play a flight attendant. Let's get Samuel
Yep.
L. Jackson on board.
Right. We're
Let's
gonna
let's just
get
do it.
some iconic people on here. We're gonna just have fun.
Yeah, we're gonna
And we're
film for like 2 months. We're gonna have the time of our lives.
right. No
If it ma-
consequences.
yeah,
It's
if it makes
fine.
money, it makes money. If not, we had a fun time.
Right. It was great. So
uh,
funny.
okay, Kelly. Now it's time for the question: Is this movie
Uh,
iconic?
I'm gonna I have to say yes, just but like bad iconic.
Yes, I also put yes. I put yes. We finally have another bad iconic
Bad
movie.
iconic. Yeah, right. Because this movie is just it's a logistical nightmare.
Yes,
Um Now that I know that it originated as a joke, it just makes it just so much
so
funnier
much better. Yeah,
because like of course it was like a happy hour. Let's all make very dumb movie pitches to one another and come up with awful names for it. And one of them is just like, but like,
snakes,
what if
snakes on
we
a plane.
actually?
Yeah, and then
What if we actually?
someone was like, "Hey, I know a producer who would totally make this movie," and they're just like, "Okay, let's
No,
do
for
it."
real. They took the unless thing very seriously.
They did. They
They
truly
committed to the
did.
bit, and you know what? That earns them an iconic.
Yeah.
It has
Um,
to.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. It took me 2 sittings to finish this movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I will attribute it to the fact that I started it very late on
Hmm.
Friday. I
Hmm.
think it was like 10 o'clock when I started it. And so I stopped like halfway through and then I finished it the next morning. But yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
a little rough.
it's very
It's a little
rough.
rough to watch through, but it's still a bad iconic.
Yeah, you'll have a fun time. Just
Yeah.
don't take it seriously and you'll have a fun
Yeah,
time.
don't question anything. Just take
Hmm.
everything at face value, laugh it
Yeah,
off, move on.
move on. Also, I think that guy who plays Sean, I think his name is like Nathan Phillips or something. When
Mm,
I saw, I had like I had like a weird moment. Like when I saw the name pop up on the screen when they were doing like the names, I thought it
mm.
said Nathan Fillion, and I was like, Nathan Fillion is in this movie?
You're like, wait a minute, I don't,
I
I
was like,
don't
I know I
remember
haven't
him
seen
being
this
here.
movie in a long time, but I don't remember
Right.
Nathan Fillion being in this movie.
That would actually be really funny if Nathan Fillion was in this movie.
That would be funny. It would be very on brand with him.
It would. It really would. Go from Firefly to Snakes on a Plane.
Just makes on a plane. Exactly. I've still never seen Firefly.
I've seen some episodes of Firefly.
Ooh, Tori Kelly posted on her Instagram of when like we all waved. You can't see me because like I'm obviously all the way in the fucking back, but I'm in there.
You're
I,
there.
I'm there. Um, but yeah, I also agree. Bad iconic. Everyone should watch it at least once,
Yeah.
just to say you watched it.
You just have to, yeah, it's one of those like bucket list dumb things that you're
Yeah.
just like, yeah. I've seen Snakes on a Plane.
I also think if you watch Snakes on a Plane, you have to watch another terrible Samuel L. Jackson movie. Um, what's the name of that shark movie, Kelly? We literally did it.
The one that dang it. I
What's the
don't
name?
remember.
Fuck! What's the name of that
Let
movie?
me look. Let me look. Let me look. Because that one was just as dumb. Oh
Deep
wait,
Blue
no, I
Sea.
can't.
Deep Blue
Huh?
Sea. It's Deep Blue
Oh, Deep
Sea.
Blue Sea.
You should also watch Deep Blue Sea. Another
Yeah.
animal movie with Samuel L. Jackson that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
but
It's so funny, guys.
but if you know anything about me, you know I love a shark movie anyway. So
Yeah, yeah. He'll commit. We did how many did we do?
I think we've done two at this point. We did Deep
Yeah.
Blue Sea, and then we did that other one where the sharks were like in the like river or something, or the lake.
Hmm.
I forgot what movie that was, but it had what's her name? Sarah Paxton in it. I can't remember the name of the movie though.
I'm awful with titles.
Yeah, it'll come to me later. But yeah, what are your recommendations for this week, Kelly?
Okay, I've got two. Um
It's Shark Night.
my yes. My first recommendation is Shark Night. Now I just have to commit for that for the bit. That will be one of mine. And I will keep one of mine. My other recommendation is Baby Powder by Genevieve.
Okay.
Uh,
Did you only actually have one recommendation for this week?
no, I had two, but I'm
Say
I'm
say
I'm.
say your other real recommendation. I'm not gonna
It's
recommend Shark Night for people.
in good conscience. We cannot.
We can't do that.
My other recommendation is No Love by Summer Walker and SZA.
Okay, cool. I have three recommendations, and they're all from my turn up from last night.
Hey, okay.
My first one is "Nasty" by Tinashe.
Hey.
Um, fun song. She did a great performance on Friday at Coachella. Tinashe should be bigger. Don't know why she's not. If you have not listened to Tinashe, get into it. You'll really love it. She's like, I can't even describe what type of music she does. It's like a mix of like R&B, pop, and some other stuff, but great music. My second recommendation is "Slumber Party" by Nicki Minaj featuring Gucci Mane. Even though it should be the other way around, it should be Gucci Mane featuring Nicki
My
Minaj
featuring, yeah.
because Nicki Minaj is barely on that fucking song.
Yeah, she's yeah.
But love that song, so much fun. I was literally in my car going, "Vanilla boat, yeah, the boat, da 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 da. Welcome to my
Hey,
summer party, oh, da 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 party."
hey.
I told you, I was having so much fun driving
Time of your
home.
life.
It
Right.
kind of, that like hour and like 20-minute drive kind of just flew by. I was having the time of my life. And then my last recommendation is another song. Like I said, they got me through my drive home. "Heat It" by Beyonce. I literally
Heated.
went bar for bar with Beyonce. I'm not even lying. I we got to the tip, tip, tip on hardwood floors, and I
The
kind of just
floors,
blacked
tin,
out.
tin, tins across the board.
I kind of just blacked out. I went
I
for it.
mean, I think we all just black out during that part.
Yeah. Don't think I don't know every single word. I'll do it right now. Tip, tip, tip on hardwood floors. Tin, tin, tins
Tin,
across the
tin,
board.
tins across
Give
the
space, space,
board.
space, 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 y'all. Space God never declines, my
Three
God.
times, my God. Eat
I
it,
was
eat it,
having
eat it, eat it,
such a
eat it.
yummy, 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 make the mommy hate
Eat
it.
it.
I was having such a fun time by myself in my car. I swear that drive felt like 30 minutes at most. I was having
I
the
love
time
that
of
for
my
you.
life. But yeah, that's
Also,
it for me.
whenever that song comes on, that part also is just great. But I also simulate that I've got the fan.
Oh yeah, you have to.
You have to.
You have to.
It's a routine. It's a whole
It's,
routine.
yeah, it's a part of the program. You gotta keep it all together. But yeah, that was it for me. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and an Instagram. They're both at SYTYI Podcast. You can send us your movie requests or your movie stories at our email, sytipodcast@gmail.com. Do you like this movie? Were you in this movie? If you were that baby, let us know. They just randomly had that baby in there.
Yeah, I think
I
they just
think
wanted to raise the stakes by having children and a baby on
I
there.
think realistically that baby was maybe in two scenes because the rest of the
Yeah,
time she had the baby hidden in a way that you couldn't tell
yeah,
if there was
yeah. The
actually anything in
carrier.
there.
Yeah,
But yeah, if you were that baby, are you still acting or
right.
was that just like a one-off thing,
Yeah,
like that baby on the Nirvana um,
right.
album, just a one-off? Let us know. Don't forget to share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts with 5 stars.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone have a good week. If you're going to week 2 of Coachella, have fun.
Oof. Yeah. Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Wear that sunscreen.
Yeah. Get that rest when you can.
Yeah. I would never do that, but like, love that for you.
Yeah, I love that for
I'm
you.
literally going to a 1 day festival and I'm like kind of dreading it. Like, it's going to be so hot. I'm going to be so tired.
You got to plan that out,
And I
dude.
have VIP too. Like,
Yeah.
I still am, I'm still exhausted just thinking about it. But it's fine. I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to have fun.
Yep.
I'm going to see some of my favorite artists. So I'm going to do what needs to be done.
You will.
Anything to see Brandy. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep. See JoJo again. Absolutely. I'm going to have the time of my life.
Yes, you will.
So everyone have a good week and stay iconic.
Stay iconic, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.